Welcome to Ubrain TV. I'm Nobuko Kashiwagi, reporting from Tokyo, Japan. Today I am speaking to Dr. Surin Pitsuwan, who is the former Secretary-General of ASEAN. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today you have been speaking at the high-level seminar on peacebuilding, national reconciliation and democratization in Asia.
Yes.
And I wonder what your impression is of this high-level seminar so far, and also what the role you believe Japan can play in building peace in Asia in the 21st century.
Well, I think it's a testimony to the success of Japan in sharing its own aspiration and experiences to achieve peace and reconciliation, because Japan has been a country that was very much affected by the war, but right after the conclusion of the war, Japan has emerged very quickly, a very, very stable, united, prosperous, and very functioning democracy, and very successful economically. So you wanted to share your experiences, your successes with the rest of East Asia. And the number of people who show up today from various parts of Asia, from Nepal to Sri Lanka to East Timor to the Philippines, is a testimony of the fact that Japan has contributed so much to the efforts to reach peace and security, reconciliation. Human security is a new element into the framework of peace process. So I think it shows that Japan can contribute, and it shows that Japan is willing, and it shows that Japan cares.
Do you think that the way that Japan should contribute or will contribute in the 21st century will sort of change into the future, the method of their contribution? What are your thoughts surrounding this?
I think the collective experiences have been that the local players, local partners, the stakeholders themselves must be given the priority. I think Japan has chosen to play a supporting role, either in development areas, in trying to help with the political reconciliation, and later on with bringing the peace dividends to the parties, conflicting parties, to the people who have been affected by the violence and by the conflicts. So I hope that the emphasis will continue to be put on the local partners, local players, and the phrase that we heard more today is being inclusive. That the peace process must be inclusive, involving everyone, allowing everyone to be a part of the process in the building of the new society, new community. I think Japan has been very good at that. For example, in Cambodia, in East Timor, Sri Lanka, I think coming out. Myanmar is going through some problems, but Japan is there and trying to play that supporting role again. So in that sense, I think the emphasis will be still on inclusivity, on supporting the players on the local level, and standing by ready to extend hands whenever that opportunity comes. I think the peace dividend is important. So a development agency like JICA is always standing by. Anything when the situation allows, they would like to go in, ready to go in. Myanmar is the same. Yes.
2015 is an important year for many reasons, but we have the Sustainable Development Goals that shall be adopted in September. We have the Climate Change Agreement in December. Hopefully we will reach an agreement. And so I wonder how you feel these international agreements can contribute to peace building, your thoughts surrounding these agreements in general even.
Well, Sustainable Development Goals are important to make sure that whatever we do in the developing of our economies are not going to affect our future or destroy the environment or take away the opportunities for our own children in the future from benefiting from these resources that we have. We don't want to poison our environment in the effort to develop industrially, economically. So we have to be very, very careful. So when we talk about sustainability, we talk about the rights of not this generation, but also the rights of the next generation to benefit from the fruits of the earth. So it is important, because when you destroyed everything, again, not enough resources to be shared, that will be an issue of conflict. People will fight, will struggle over limited resources, and we have seen resources being a curse everywhere. So we have to guard against the destruction of or degradation of our own environment. That's the importance of sustainability to ourselves in the region, in the country, to our people, and definitely to the global community.
Yes. In the panel discussion today, you mentioned about turning crisis into opportunities. So do you think that this global environmental crisis that we are facing now could actually become an opportunity for peace building?
Yes, but we have to work very hard to really turn around what I would call the global awareness and global consciousness that this planet is very small and it is finite. Not everything we have is free, including the air, including the water, including the minerals. So, the resources in the water, under the earth, all these things are limited. And if 7 billion people on earth now, humanity, are going to live peacefully into the future, we have to turn around and bring this global awareness, global consciousness to the fore, to the front, onto the table. Every forum, every fora, everywhere, we need to cultivate this sense of common belonging to this small planet together and the ownership of this planet together. Otherwise, this crisis is going to doom us as a species. In the year 2050, we will have 9 billion human beings on Earth, 2 billion more. Now we have 7. By that time, where are we going to have enough food, or enough clean air, or enough fresh water, enough minerals to propel our economies if we are not careful? So we are thinking not only about this generation, the welfare and the prosperity of this generation, but we have to also think about the future, because they too want to live in peace and in prosperity. But if we are not careful, the future generations will inherit nothing but destruction and degradation of the earth. Okay.
Yes, one more, if possible. You mentioned about the importance of building awareness, and at Ubrain TV, we are trying to utilize our media, this platform, to build awareness. And I wonder what your thinking is behind how to build awareness about peace building from a young age. How can we embed this spirit, this idea, this thought of peace building in the current education system?
Well, definitely, every human being must try to live for others as much as for him or herself, because other animals can survive on their own by using instinct. Human beings have intelligence, and intelligence teaches us that we are not alone. We cannot be an island unto ourselves. We have to live with others, we have to share with others, and we have to depend on others. Therefore, learn to live for others as much as trying to make sure that you survive individually, as a family, as a tribe, as a nation, as a country. But there are more than just us. There are other people on earth who also are interested in their own survival, their own comfort, their own security, their own prosperity. If we learn to share, if we learn to accommodate each other, and if we extend and expand ourselves to include others, be inclusive. In this sense, I would say, an existentialist self, we have to be bigger than ourselves. Okay?
Dr. Pitsuwan, thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you.